arrived with my hands open, empty and bare, with the first cry thrown open and nothing to spare. In the shadow light there, my beginning was set, between fear and a hope I had not measured yet. I was learning to lose what I wanted to keep, and to carry a question too leaden for sleep. Then a truth loomed before me, as plain as the sky, that the walking is worth more than knowing the why. I was searching for you in the span of the stars, in the far quiet temples unmarked by our scars. But I heard it inside of a stranger's soft tread. The whole earth is the temple I sought for instead. Perhaps I was not granted land to conquer and carry away. Perhaps it was willed in my hand to unlock my heart and to pray. The world is a place where the soul learns to speak, and the first word it claims is the word of the weak. Help me, my God, I am worn thin to the bone. I have finished pretending I walk here alone. And here I can ask for myself and be heard, with the rusted, unpolished, everyday word. And the whole of the universe turning and loud, you hear the one whisper that rose from the crowd. My life is a breath and the endless is long, but my heartbeat itself is the whole of my song. And as long as it beats, I can lift up my face and be met in the plainest, most ordinary place. I have prayed for the distant, the sick and the poor, for the tired, for the doubting, for those at the door. I have begged that a light find the rooms where they wait, that a stranger arrive and unbolt the shut gate. But my silence in turn was a door with a lock. For the rule I was bound, only their grief could knock. So I bound up my burden in straps to my back, and for 12 years I bore it, a stone in my pack. But you marked one face from the thousands of names, not one face in a blur, not a spark in the flames. I had lost the one key to this door long ago, and let rust eat the word that I no longer know. The world is a place where the soul learns to speak, and the first word it claims is the word of the weak. Help me, my God, I am worn thin to the bone. I have finished pretending I walk here alone. And here I can ask for myself and be heard, with the rusted, unpolished, everyday word. In the whole of the universe turning and loud, you hear the one whisper that rose from the crowd. My life is a breath and the endless is long, but my heartbeat itself is the whole of my song. And as long as it beats, I can lift up my face and be met in the plainest, most ordinary place. This world is not only a garden in bloom. There are wars and betrayals that empty a room. There are roads that will turn and restore you to where you began, and a hope thin as smoke in the air. But the earth was not handed to keep us from pain, or to cage the wild winter, the wind and the rain. It was handed to teach us to ask and to trust, and to stand close to someone whose road turned to dust. Every day is a temple with no ceiling door, every person a story that's waiting for more. Every hour is already made holy ground, when a conscience stirs and traces the walls around. I stand in a temple that never had walls, where the roof is the sky and each tear that falls journeys all of the way to your heart without sound. And the silence that held me is finally found, and my candle does not shine, it prays instead. A small light that is talking to stars overhead, and its flame is a small bird that shivers and stands, kept warm from the wind in the cup of your hands. I stand at the end of 1,000 lines I know, long before I could plead. This is my life with its fear and its need. This is my soul with no polish, no creed. I do not ask the world to bow low to my pain. I ask that one voice in the thousands remain. Out of 10 billion in the dark, hear one man, not for standing above where another began, but because I was formed, I carry your mark. I am the small flame that you lit in the dark. Here's the drawer I kept shut. Take all I hid there. Take the parts of myself I could not learn to bear. Hear the weakness, the fear, and the wanting to rise. Hear the creature I kept from my own tired eyes. Let this asking for me be no pride and no shame, but a plain, honest door with your print in its frame. The world is a place where the soul learns to speak, and a tear that came after ran warm down my cheek. Help me, my God, and keep walking at my side. For the door I knocked on was opened wide, and here I have asked for myself and been heard with the cracked out practice. Everyday word in the whole of the universe turning loud. You bent to the whisper that rose from the crowd.